Alright, so I've been up here messing around trying to salvage some stuff from this ship, and it turns out that it's a bit too high of an altitude where we are on the side of this mountain. For that thing can only lift about less than half of its capacity, and I don't want to end up with the main ship having that same problem and crashing or something. And although there's some nice components, I'd like to get thrusters and stuff off of this. I have plenty more, so plenty more wrecks around that I can check out. So I put a few warheads on here. We're just gonna blow this thing. Those warheads are actually incomplete right now. They need explosive to finish them. I built everything else in them. The explosive is in the back of this, but we're gonna go get the reclaimer a safe distance away before we do any sort of nonsense setting off a bunch of warheads here, because I'm honestly not that sure what's even gonna happen. I'm not gonna worry about parking this too well because it doesn't really need a charge or anything. We'll just get it on the deck here and lock her off. And this is just a chaotic mess back in this hangar area still. There's hallways that are incomplete and all sorts of stuff. Why did the texture on this go away? This had a texture. Like, all of these had textures. What happened? Something got updated, I guess, and broke, but that's annoying. I like those, and they're going to ruin all my ships. So let's go ahead and fire up the thrusters and just get a safe distance away. I'm going to go park next to our next scrapping target here, I think. And just hope for the best. I'm not sure if those warheads... I've never really messed that much around with warheads. I'm not really sure if they need power, so I'll grab like probably 0.2 uranium or something like that out of the reactor on this. We're going to head down to that red ship and see if we can park next to that. That ship I kind of like, but it's got a lot of heavy armor on it, so we'll be able to get a lot of steel blocks, and it's at the equivalent of sea level or whatever, so should be a little more manageable with thrust. This ship's not having any difficulty at all right now, but I'm just worried about what happened. Plus, it's going to be annoying to actually do because that ship can only hold... It's probably more like a third of its usual capacity, so I'd really rather not contend with that. And we get to mess around with explosives and probably crash the game, so that will be fun. Again, I'm just scuttling this because I'm trying to clear out these wrecks because there's just so many of them around, and it certainly doesn't help my frame rate, my sim speed rather, I guess I should say. So it's probably wise to get rid of a few of those. Alright. It feels so nice to be flying with reactor power instead of hydrogen like I have been on the Venture. I get a lot more control, although I still don't have that much thrust. Let's just pull up here. Get a good braking move there. It's kind of an extreme maneuver for a ship in atmosphere, but whatever. Looks like we have decent braking thrust here, so I'm not super worried. I should probably grab some more uranium for this ship. I'm hoping I'll find some in the reactors on some of these wrecks, and I won't have to get any from the base. There probably are. There probably is some, rather. I shouldn't say are. Probably are some. I have no doubt. I'm pretty sure this wreck still has power, actually, because I left the guns on as a defense against that other base before, so should still be at least some uranium on board. This thing has two medium, I forget the name of the mod, two modded reactors. They produce the same amount of power, they just kind of look different, and, well, there are medium reactors. I don't like the standard reactors that much in this game, so we'll just pull alongside here, and this will be our scrapping operation today. I kind of feel like I should save the rear end of that ship. I kind of like it. I don't like the front part, but I don't know what the equivalent like of refloating would be in Space Engineers, but refloating that wreck would probably be quite a lot of work. I'll pull right alongside so the salvage ship doesn't have that far to go. It's a pretty big ship. Alrighty. Getting our thruster wash. And I will finish this ship at some point. It'd be good to finish some ship. Let's turn off engines. Lock her off, I guess. Just to be on the safe side. And I am hoping that this will be working correctly, these textures, but the next time I play. I'm actually going to be wrapping up my recording for today, I think, in a minute, but after we blow this thing. Hopefully next time I load up, the textures will just be back magically. It's the nice thing about Steam. Alright, so now we have to actually find that wreck again. It's not super easy to see. I think it's right up there, though. I don't really have anything except for the explosives on this thing, so it should be able to fly at this altitude. It's only when I start getting cargo on board that it has a lot of trouble. It's the problem I'm going to have if I decide to build a communications thing up on one of these mountains, is you just really do run out of lift with atmospheric thrusters, so I have to use hydrogen. This is in that intermediate area where the ion thrusters don't work yet, but at the same time the atmospheric thrusters are way underpowered. It's a scary feeling too, because it's just like no, you know, I kind of am used to what the weight should be in this ship for, you know, to take off and land safely and all that stuff, because I've been using it since the beginning of the series basically. But it's kind of a scary feeling. It starts performing in unexpected fashion. Alright, so let's be on the lookout for that ship. It's a little tricky to spot, like I said. I think it's up this ridgeline. Should have left a GPS marker, shouldn't I? Well, that's probably near where I was, isn't it? Of course, somebody can probably see it better than I can in the video. How did I find it before? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Right? I didn't grab the uranium. Hopefully this doesn't need power to set off. It probably does. I forgot the uranium. Alright, so already I'm feeling... Come on, thrusters. Slow us down. Whoa. I thought that was going to be something loading in. It was just a save. Oh, you can see my base from here. From the other side of this ridge. You can't from where the ship is. It's just out of view. Alright, we're going to land right behind where we were before, because it's nice and flat back here. I believe the maximum I can set these for is 1 minute. I could set up a timer block and do it that way, I guess, but I'm hoping I can just set them as a group. Like I said, I've never really messed with warheads all that much, so part of this is just a learning experience. One minute is not a lot of time. Oh yeah, I didn't grab the explosives. I wonder where there's the nearest control panel back here. I guess that sensor probably would work. There's a sensor up there. I'm gonna go from the bow to the stern here. This isn't a very interesting ship anyway. It's just some sort of transport. I kind of would like the gravity components, but I don't feel like dealing with it. There'll be other gravity components. I could always make them anyway, but... Hopefully this will be more or less complete destruction. I want to get these triangles out of my world. Alright, and then we had a warhead on the other side of this wall, I believe. And one nestled in here. And then finally, one back where the engines are. This one's actually up top. Alright, sensor. Access denied. Warheads, where are you? Warhead. Set maximum timer. Arm. Start countdown. Looks like it's working. I'm not real sure how far to back off here, so we'll get... That seems relatively safe to me. And I set it for a whole minute, which is kind of a long time, but I wanted to be sure. Of course, this is going to be like that thing. I remember Adam Savage on Mythbusters, where he's like, the most dangerous thing is when nothing happens, because everybody's like, let's get a little closer. Let's get a little closer. And then, boom! So, I'm kind of paying attention to my timer on my recording to keep track of when it should be going. I think it should be about 15 or 20 seconds still. Watch this with the HUD off, I guess. Should probably turn off my cursor too so I get a screenshot, but I'm not going to. See, now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I should probably go see if this thing is actually working because there's no power on there. But I really thought those timers were going. I don't know when it's going to be safe. It's been a minute now. Get a little closer. Get a little closer. God damn it. Now I'm nervous. Alright, well, I'm going to leave the ship over here just in case it does explode. And we'll just hoof it over. Oh god, it's all squirrely because there's no... I don't have enough thrust! There. So if we have to go get uranium, I'll just run down to the ship real quick and do that. Please don't blow up in my face. That's an hour-long timer? Hold your horses. Let's do 45 seconds. Confirm. What is a valid number timer? Oh, it has to be like, okay, I see what we got going here. Well, that really goes up in big increments at a certain point. Alright, armed and ready. Go. Cheese it. I had no idea those could go for a whole hour. That's actually pretty impressive. Oh god. Alright. Let's get back to our vantage point over here. God, stop drifting so bad. Limited thrust up here, it's ridiculous. Alright, should be in about 10 seconds. There she goes. That was less impressive than I thought it would be. The hull survived relatively well, actually. Huh. It did a lot more damage to the ground than it did to the ship. The whole front collapsed. That was less exciting than I was hoping for. I needed more warheads, I guess. There's lots of debris. Everything's on fire. It's good. It's still gonna all be here. The reactor didn't even blow up. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. I might need to bring more warheads up here and blow this thing up the rest of the way. Why did the front blow up some more? I guess the hull must have contained it back here. Huh. That is interesting. No, I can see where each warhead was, I guess. The hull didn't seem to contain it that well. Well, that's interesting. I don't think I'm going to be able to really deal with this salvage operation very well, so... Anywho, I think I'm going to end it here for today. I'm going to bring more warheads up and blow the rest of this crap up, but it was more underwhelming than I expected, so I don't think I'll probably record it. And anyway, guys, when we come back next time, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm going to keep working on my salvage operations that I have going on. We are eventually going to try to go after some of those pirates, but I've been dealing with pirates enough lately. I don't really feel like dealing with pirates anymore. Wow, you can see that pirate base from over here too. That's the mountain I'm thinking about putting a communications tower on right there. Seems reasonably high. But again, it's going to be a huge pain in the butt because I'll have to like build some sort of hydrogen shuttle or something like that because it's too high for this to go. I think I'm pretty much at my flight limit right here, and that's with no cargo on board. So anyway, thanks again for watching. I will catch you guys next time.